Hey, Brandy the quilter here. At this point you might be thinking, what else could she possibly flip? Well, I'm just getting started. I am going to quiltify everything that I can find at thrift stores, upcycling, anything goes. So join me today for Quilt Flip's Thrift Shop Finds. This is all about upcycling items and doing my best to quiltify things. And because I'm all about just having fun and I make my own rules, this week I'm upcycling a tote I received from an advertiser. So it's not from a thrift shop, it's from Cozy Earth. You might even find something like this around your home. I could quiltify this. So let's go. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to tell you my idea. I'm going to quiltify this pocket. So I'm going to remove the logo, I'm going to remove the pocket, I'm going to quiltify it and then put it back on. So make sure that if there's anything in the pockets, you get rid of that. If there's anything inside, of course. So this is a really nice lined bag. So what I'll be doing is pulling out the lining, opening it up at the bottom, and I'll be able to I'll be able to stitch the pocket back on after I quiltify it. Okay, so I won't be stitching through the interior lining. I've pulled a few fabrics out and I wanted to start with possibly this one that I had thrifted. Found this huge chunk of Riley Blake fabric at the store and I thought, well, I don't know if I have a ton of things to go with it in my stash. I thought this could go together. And when I was looking at this one, I thought, ooh, there's like this sort of golden brown color that matches with the straps. I'm more of a neutral, and so I started pulling out fabrics that really matched with the straps, and I thought, ooh, this is kind of pretty. It has some beautiful flowers on it. I could do something fun with this, and it has that color. Then I pulled this fabric and I thought, oh, it has a bit of a bright orange in it, but maybe I could do something where I'm going around one of these big flowers and I have maybe this underneath, something like that. You know, I could do sort of a quilt around the center block. And then I found this fabric in my stash that I just love. I have used again and again. And I thought, well, this matches perfectly. I'm going to have to do a little patchwork with this and see what I can come up with. So I can put something together fun with this that might just cover the whole pocket and be a beautiful kind of blended neutral thing that goes with the straps. Let's go. And don't forget, I'm all about getting your opinion here. So even if I end up using this and you would have used something else, let me know in the comments. What would you have used for this? Would you have gone with the beautiful pink floral fabric? Or would you have gone with something that matches the straps? Let me know in the comments. So first things first, I'm going to open up the interior lining. Okay, so this hole is plenty big enough for me to be able to get my sewing machine through here so that I can stitch back on this pocket. Now let's get a seam ripper and remove this pocket. Oh my gosh, who else has a dozen seam rippers like me and can't find a single one when you need it? Just when I need it on camera. I'm going to get this started with scissors. Oh, not hard at all, so super easy with scissors. Probably would be easier with a seam ripper, but I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to remove this Cozy Earth as well. I like the feel of a lining when I put my hand in the pocket, so I'm going to keep it, but it's just basted on here lightly. So I'm going to take the basting stitches out. That way I'll be able to quiltify just the sort of canvas part, and then I can put the lining back down later. So let's get this lining off. I think I'll actually take this lining off completely and sew it back on later. I want it to go into this fold, which will be the top of the pocket. So I want it to go right into that fold. So I'm going to take this off as well. Okay, now that I've got the lining off, I'm going to press this flat. The folds are going to have to be folded again after the cotton fabric is on top. So let's lay out the fabric. So I really like the way that this fabric is kind of directional. So I'm going to put a piece this way and I'll cut that. I'll cut it into strips that are about the right size for this piece. Maybe I'll do some on an angle. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go and start patchworking this together, see how it goes. So I like this little piece that is got vertical lines in it, and I'm going to be cutting the edges off to turn the pieces. So one will be vertical and one will be horizontal. And I'm going to cut it over here as well and do the same thing. So I'm basically going to flip this over, stitch it down, and flip it over. Like that. So I'll have a few different directions going on to add some interest. Now go and press in between every single piece of fabric that you add. Once it's pressed, I want to do some top stitching on here as I go because I want a beautiful top stitched element. So I've chosen a thread that's about a 30 weight cotton, and it goes really well with this project. Now I'm going to start adding other pieces in different angles. I think I'm just going to do it on a bit of an angle, and then I'll have a little bit left up in this corner to cover, but that's okay. I'll go from there. You want to make sure you're not overlapping this too much so you have a white spot right there. You want to keep it nice and close. Before we get on to the next angle, I'm going to do a top stitch along here. Now I don't have to go all the way to the end because I'll be covering this part up. So even though I'm using all the same fabric, I'm making it kind of juxtaposed against each other. I'm doing different directions in the same fabric. So it's adding a really fun, cool effect. And I'm doing that top stitching in between every layer. So let's just keep on going. Now that we've got the whole piece covered, we've got all of the top stitched areas done, we're going to head back to the other area and trim it up. We're going to give this one more really good press. So let's trim this up to the size of the pocket. Now it's time to put that lining back on. Once I sew the top on here to 1/4 inch seam allowance, I'm going to flip it over and do a stay stitch so I have that nice top edge of the pocket. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to do a stay stitch on the white. And then when you flip this, you're going to have a beautiful flat edge of the top of your pocket without the white showing, and your stay stitch is on the white. So you can see I've done that stay stitch in a dark color. And this is basically going to be folded, so it's the top edge of the pocket, and it's just perfect. So now all that's left to do, I'm not going to do basting or anything like that. I'm literally going to fold these edges in a 1/4 inch all the way around, and I'm going to stitch it onto my bag. Fold it all in. I really just need clips on these corners. That's the most important part. Do this corner as well. And I've kind of folded it in on a bit of an angle to do this corner just to make sure everything's kind of tucked under. This will be the bulkiest corner that we have to stitch down on the machine. So now that we have the pocket folded under, I'll give it one more quick press just to get that nice and flat. Look at how beautiful that pocket is. We're just going to be top stitching this by machine. So I've removed the table here because I'm going through the lining and I'm going to be sewing the pocket on without the lining being involved. We don't want the lining to get caught. So I'm going to be sewing about 1/8 of an inch from the edge. I'm back stitching at the beginning and end and at every corner. I'm just pulling my pins as I go. I'm doing needle down so that I can turn at the corner, back stitching when I start and stop at the corners, and then I'm just going to go all the way around this pocket, being very careful to not have anything else underneath like the lining or anything inside. Every time I put my hand in there to check that nothing's underneath, I make sure that my foot is off the pedal so that I don't accidentally stitch through my finger. And once the pocket is completely sewed on, all we've got left is to sew the lining back together and then head on over for the reveal. It's so cute. Now I took a moment while I was still at the machine to do a quick line of stitching along the lining so I can tuck that back inside. It's perfectly lined again. And there we have a cute little tote bag with a nice lined pocket. It's got a quilty effect. It was just kind of like an improv pieced bit where I've got some vertical and horizontal lines working together. It ended up matching really well with the straps and looking kind of like a wonky log cabin effect. If you've watched the video this far, click on subscribe. You are my kind of people and you belong here. So here's the result. I took a nice little tote bag, removed the logo, the pocket, and quiltified it to make it my own. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you'll give it a try. Stay tuned next week for more Quilt Flips Thrift Shop Finds.